this is maybe 13 feet uphill. And this would close him to within 3 shots of the lead. Putter blade behind the ball. Contact made. Ball crawling to the cup. Looks pretty good. Nope, that wouldn't go. Missed it right. All right, so he will tap in and stay 14 under. Swafford is 18 as we go to the 15th.
Yeah, good look there, but again, not dropping. And when you tend to grip the putter a little tighter when you're under pressure. And the key is you got to grip a little looser. And look, it's hard to win. And even though Hudson's won before, he's obviously he's definitely feeling the pressure now, Earl.
Let's go to Will Haskett.
Can Mackenzie Hughes chip in for the second consecutive day at the 15th hole? He's going to do so, if he does so, with putter from the back, closely mown area, browned out past column, fairway and fringe cut to a very slippery, quick downhill effort. Hughes bumps it through that pass palum pretty cleanly onto the putting surface, gathering pace down the slope, approaching the cup, trying to get closer, and just kind of dies off to the right-hand side. That's maybe just inside 3 feet for the par for Hughes.
Interesting. Again, was able to play that, and he's going to have a little work left to save his par, but he's right there, and now he's going to that stretch of holes where he's been pretty successful on, Earl.
Yeah, he has. On the back nine so far in the weekend, though, Hudson Swafford is not Carney at the double bogey today at 13. Has not made a birdie on the back nine this weekend, so he's 2 over on the back nine this weekend, and now has played his last par fives. Did not birdie either of those par fives in the back nine the entire weekend, and that leads just 1 shot with just a few holes to play now.
Tyler McCumber looking for some magic to finish here at par 3, 17th. He's parred each of the first 3 rounds, 174 yards today in a front left hole location. McCumber 16 under par. And just wackles the club one more time. Now pulls back, ready for contact. As it's high in the air, a little right lean for him. It's just headed towards the front left. It's going to come up short and spin just back down a slope, but should be a fairly straightforward chip for Tyler McCumber at 17.
I guess the breeze is really affecting tee shots there at that par 3, Earl, and if you're going to miss it, that's where you need to miss it, and certainly Tyler can either pitch that in or get it up and down, and again try to get something posted before Hudson Swafford gets into the mix.
Well, we've discussed all week this stretch, and, it starts at 15, but then you get 16, 17, and 18, El Coro del Diablo, and we said it was going to decide the golf tournament on Sunday. It is Sunday, and it's going to decide the golf tournament, Carney.
Yes, it is. On the tee at the 16th, Mackenzie Hughes with driver. Hole location front left today. This one working left to right. There are some fairway bunkers over there. Asking for it to get on the ground. Looks like caught the right side of the fairway. That should be fine.
Yeah, good shape for him, and we'll see if he can continue the magic in that final 3-hole stretch. Hudson Swafford, meanwhile, all pars at 15 this week, back on the tee. A pretty solid swing. He seems to like the ball in the air, and it's right down the middle, so good shape. I mean, that has not been the problem for him. He just needs to find a way to get something in a little closer on the greens and try to make a birdie to open things up again, Kevin.
Tyler McCumber has just completed his pitch up onto the surface, and it checked up on the second hop below the cup. Safe play there, 4 feet away from his par to remain 16 under.
Yeah, I think most players think that ball is going to chase a little bit more there, Kevin, and it kind of get the wind and everything a little bit uphill, and the ball just kind of hits and just grabs.
And it's hard not to be defensive, isn't Carney, down the stretch here? I mean, we've seen so many chip shots come up short and putts roll by and lip out, and it's getting tougher by the moment, Will.
Nate Lashley at the par 4 16th hole hit it beyond the cup to where a front left hole location is today at this challenging par 4 back into the wind. Just inside of 30 feet for a birdie and 16 under. Strokes it down the slope, but this needs to start cutting back to the right-hand side. Stands up and watches it just kind of stay straight as it worked its way down the slope. And Nate Lashley will not birdie 16 and will stay 15 under par.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship, part of the season-long points race for the FedEx Cup. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update from Corrales Golf Course in the Dominican Republic.
It's come down to the final 4 holes, and Hudson Swafford is trying to hang on to a one-shot edge over Mackenzie Hughes. Swafford 18 under par. Hughes, the runner-up 2019 in this tournament, is second again. One shot back with 3 holes to play for him, 17 under. Tyler McCumber running out of time, 16 under, 2 shots back, solo third. Could be his best performance of his career on the PGA Tour. A great week for him. Nate Lashley's hanging in, 15 under and 3 shots back. It has been a tough day for the third round leader. Adam Long started the afternoon in front by 2, 3 over through 14. He has slipped 4 shots back now at 14 under. James Hahn and Anirban Lahiri, they're at 13 under. Hahn finished. Lahiri still with 2 to play, tied for 6th. 5 shots off the lead.
Well, after an early par 65, it's looking like Will Zalatoris going to have another top 10 on the PGA Tour. The young man who leads in points on the Korn Ferry Tour, currently a tie for 8th at 12 under par. Charlie Hoffman, a 2 under par 70 today. He finishes at 10 under par and a tie for 15th. Henrik Stenson, a 1 under par 71. He finishes at 9 under par and a tie for 20th. And winner 2 years ago, Bryce Garnett, shoots a 1 over par 73 today. He finishes at 3 under par in the tie for 61st.
At the 17th, Tyler McCumber stepped in, then stepped back out. One last rehearse here and looked from behind the ball on the line. This is inside of 5 feet below the hole, lining up for left edge, so expecting it to break towards the sea. To the right, 4 par to remain 16 under. Putter back, ball through, down it goes for Tyler McCumber. 1 to play, the 18th. He's 16 under.
Well, you got to think he's got to make birdie at 18. Or I mean, who knows? 16 under, still could have a shot, but in his mind, he's got to believe he thinks he needs to make birdie at 18.
Well, you can. It's been a little more forgiving today. The 18th across the Bay of Corrales. There have been 11 birdies, but 6 bogeys and 2 doubles. So everything lurks there, and some tough holes down the stretch. Who's going to make a birdie or 2 to maybe win this tournament, Will?
Well, it depends, I think, on what Mackenzie Hughes does. He's playing with supreme confidence here in the Devil's Elbow. Birdied 16 yesterday, looking for another birdie today from the right side of the fairway. This looks to be an 8-iron. It's a lot of club back into the breeze, turning over to the left-hand side, wants the wind to blow it, and it's going to land long and left, but won't get to the upper area back and left. That was just a little bit of a tug back into the breeze from Mackenzie Hughes. He'll have a birdie putt. It's a sidewinder from outside of 25 feet.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because he's got to deal with that slope that's to his left, so it's going to be difficult to match that pace and line on that one.
And Bill Rosinski, over to you with the final group.
Yeah, we're at 15 in the fairway. Adam Long will play first. On the card, it's 421 yards. Both he and Hudson Swafford with tee shots right down the pipe. Got a back right hole location. 24 up, 7 from the right. Long watching this one come out of the blue skies, and that's hole high left. That's a good play. That'll be inside 18 feet. He will have that for birdie. Hasn't been able to make a whole heck of a lot of anything today. He's 3 over for the round at minus 14.
Yeah, that's the key there. Just has not been able to roll on any putts. He's made a couple birdies, but they've really been just tapping birdies and just has not rolled anything in with the flat stick.
All right, Hudson Swafford, leader, still hanging on, just barely in front, Bill.
Yeah, it was a nice swing off the tee. It's just, you go to those 2 chip shots that he messed up at 12 and 13 that have coming back to haunt him right now, but still the leader at 18 under. Plays away, wedge in hand. I don't think he likes this much at all either. Missed it right. I don't know if what happened on contact there, but again, he is going to be required to make an up and down. And right now, that short game is not really good for our leader, Hudson Swafford. And you can see the shoulders slumped a little bit as he starts walking down the fairway up to the green. I've worked for a couple of NFL teams, and every NFL coach who I've had a chance to chat with says it's hard to win in the NFL. And, Kearney, I know you would agree that it's hard to win on the PGA Tour.
It is, Bill, and it looked like he got it really quick at the top there. Earl got out in front of it, and boy, he's left himself. He's given it's a similar type pitch. I think certainly has plenty of room behind the hole location, but Hudson Swafford doesn't want to drop a shot, and it'll be very interesting to see how he plays that one there at 15.
Well, I just got finished, Carney, a few minutes ago. It's become apparent any missed green brings bogey into play here down the stretch. It's hard to be aggressive with chips. We haven't seen a lot of players down the stretch be aggressive with birdie tries on these fast, firm greens. So Hudson Swafford's lead is in trouble right now. It was a 4-shot lead a short time ago. He's going to have to get up and down to stay in front by himself. Otherwise, we could be tied down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you have elevated greens, and, like 16, it's not as elevated, and, it's a different look. But, at 13, 14, 12, 15, they're elevated greens, and you just can't afford to miss them in the spot that the ball goes down to the collection area, particularly when that hole location is tucked on the back right, and you short side yourself. And it's so difficult to get it up and down when you short side yourself. And the fact that he's done it now 3 times, boy, that's just a killer.
And has had trouble getting up and down on the back nine. He's going to have to do it to stay in front in 60 seconds.
Hudson has had to make a putt of any length. Or I shouldn't say he had some couple holes obviously for bogey, but he hasn't made a par putt of any length in quite some time. And the only putt I could go back to is that eagle putt at the 4th. Really kind of the longest putt he's made today.
And back to Bill Rosinski again.
Yeah, now Adam Long. This is about 14 to 15 feet. This is for birdie. This would be a big one here. Get him to 15 under. Sends this up to the cup. Nice pace, turning left. Turn some more. No, it hung on the right edge. Well, that's been his story today. Nothing's going in. He'll tap in for par. He'll stay minus 14.
At the 18th, Tyler McCumber hit a drive right to the center of the fairway over top of, right between the bunkers. So shot right where you need to put it, in the middle of the fairway, in good position for a second shot, as he's going to try to make birdie at the 18th to post 17 under.
It's getting closer and closer by the second, Will Haskett.
Long-range birdie putt for Mackenzie Hughes. I've said it a couple of times this weekend. He has a real knack for making these throughout the course of the year. Long backswing at 16, putt on its way, tracking towards the cup. He's walking after it, looking at it as it tilts and just misses. It stopped breaking. Oh, he did the back pedal victory shuffle, thinking that he may have had a chance at making that putt. It does not go, but it's a pretty routine par at a difficult par 4 16th for Mackenzie Hughes, who stays at 17 under.
And oh boy, now Hudson Swafford 4 par to stay in front by himself, Bill.
Right hand on the grip first of the putter, and then the left hand joins in outside 10 feet for par at 15. Ball making its way to the cup and misses left. Missed on the left side. Well, the plot has just thickened again here on the back nine. Wow. He is going to steady himself here, knocks it in. That's another bogey. He's lost 3 shots in the last 3 holes, and now 17 under.
It got thick back when that double bogey happened back at 13, and certainly disappointing. And, he's feeling it now, Earl, because now he's thinking about a lot of things. There's so much in his head, and, for all the week, he hasn't really been thinking about it, just been playing golf, and you can't help. It's you wouldn't be human if you don't think about it, but, boy, it's just golf is a tough game. It's tough to win, and we're seeing it right now.
Well, and now Nate Lashley with the wind blowing behind him from the edge of the green at 17. 15 under par, chips it up, heading toward the cup, dives down, and rolls by maybe 5 feet or so just inside of that below the hole. So he's going to have a saver there to stay 15 under to keep himself in the mix, because he is in the mix. The lead is co-leaders at 17 under par. We've seen a lot of leads disappear on this Sunday. We've had one disappear now in the Dominican Republic. 4-shot lead for Hudson Swafford as he played 13 is gone, and now he's got 3 holes to play a co-leader with Mackenzie Hughes, 17 under.
And you mentioned it earlier, Earl, if somehow Tyler McCumber could get in and post something. Of course, back at that time, Hudson Swafford was 20 under par, but boy, this is a real important shot here at 18 for Tyler McCumber. Don't know if he knows it or not, but it shouldn't affect how he plays this, and really a great opportunity.
Well, the way how things went so quickly, you're right, Mark. Probably doesn't know what's going on here, but I think going into the hole, he knew he needed to make a birdie at the 18th, as he just selected a golf club there
Right now,
looks it over. Yep, go ahead, Earl.
17th, huge par saver for Nate Lashley. Jams it on the right edge and misses. Oh, and he walks off in disgust. Still a couple of feet coming back the other way. That's going to drop him to no better than 14 under par. Likely his hopes of winning the tournament are done, Kevin.
And Tyler McCumber. Mark McCumber is listening along, I'm sure. Our colleague to his son, who's playing fantastic right now and looking for a great finish here. 16 under par in the center of the fairway. And one last waggle. Makes good contact, trying to control this golf ball. Watching this come in, trying to work it back left to right. And he's hit a good shot. That's going to go just past hole high left, and that's just going to score it outside of 20 feet. So he's got to make a putt of some length for a closing birdie, but he has a chance at the 18th.
Well, that's certainly going to give himself a chance. That's all you can ask for, and who knows if he can roll that in.
16th hole, Hudson Swafford off the tee as this one is drifting to the right, but that's the cut shot I think he wanted as it's up the right-hand side. Yeah, good shape, right side of the fairway. So that has not been the issue. The full swings, drivers off the tee for Hudson Swafford. It's the rest of it here in the back nine, Car.
Well, it's been the choice of short game shots for him. And look, I mean, again, it's easy for me to sit here and say he made the wrong one after the fact, but you really have to make sure you play a shot that is not going to kill you. Again, bogeys are okay, and he played some shots that, brought double bogey into play, and particularly that one back at the 13th.
And now a co-leader with the Canadian Mackenzie Hughes, who's on the tee at that par 3 17th in 60 seconds.
23 PGA Tour wins.
First player ever to win all four. Worlds appeared really in the last 3 holes. A double bogey at 13, just bogeyed 15. And now he is a co-leader with Mackenzie Hughes, who was the runner-up in 2019. And it's going to have a chance to win it now with 2 holes to play, Will.
3 bogeys of his own today, Earl. It hasn't exactly been the cleanest of rounds, but I just kind of like where his stride is right now, and he knows that he is now tied for the lead. Saw it on the leaderboard as he left the green at 16. On the tee at the par 3 17th from 174, wind off of the sea to his left. It's starting to fall back to the right. He wants it to fall a little bit more, and it does. And it's going to be low and left. It should be shy of the bunker. It is in the closely mown area down there, short of the green. But there's a lot of kind of grainy grass in front of him. It's not right off the edge where I would say it's a slam dunk. You can chip this one in. He's going to have to be pretty delicate with this one up onto the putting surface, but he will be chipping back into the breeze. Mackenzie Hughes, short and left of the putting surface here at 17.
Yeah, not as close as we saw Tyler McCumber there. And, interesting, you mentioned the 3 bogeys by Mackenzie. We may have gotten a little misled by Will Zalatoris earlier when they said the pretty accessible hole locations. Of course, he played it at a different time, Ron. We got to remember that. I mean, conditions as you go through the day, the greens dry out, the winds pick up a little bit. I think it's, at least in my opinion, it's been the toughest conditions we've seen all week, not only because of the breeze, but because the golf course has gotten so firm that you really have to account for it. And players, we're seeing a lot of players not account for that change in how this golf course is playing.
Haven't seen the barrage of birdies down the stretch, that's for sure. All it takes is one, though, maybe for one of these top players to get in the win column. Tyler McCumber's got his chance here, Kevin Sylvester, to finish things off for the 18th.
He certainly does. He's in the catcher's.
All things. We've seen the best players in the world lose. Dustin Johnson lost a 6-shot lead at the World Golf Championships, HSBC champions. It happens all the time. You don't expect it, but it happens.
And Hudson Swafford just can't hit greens right now, Bill.
Well, we got Adam Long now, who is still in the mix. He's 3 back with 3 to go. But he's got a lengthy birdie putt here at 16. This is down the slope. He has played this Devil's Elbow the last 3 holes here at the Corrales Golf Course in even par. This will be pretty quick. Trying to get to 15 under. The flat stick has not been good at all here on this Sunday. Started the day with a 2-shot lead. Down the slope comes this birdie try, picking up some speed. Makes its way to the cup and lips out all by 360. Oh, no. That thing spun all the way around the cup and wouldn't go in. Oh, my goodness. That'll be a par. Well, that would have been big with 2 to go. He'll stay 14 under.
Well, it's been one of those days for Adam Long. Earl just can't make anything, and that's how golf goes sometimes. And but it's still been a good week for him. And again, he's got a couple holes to do something pretty special, though.
Will Haskett.
Testy 4-footer now for Mackenzie Hughes in his up and down par at 17. To stay at 17 under, gently back through to the cup, and that one pours right over the front door. He will head to 18 at 17 under par.
And right back to Bill at 16.
Okay, just off the green. This is just inside 25 feet. This is an uphill birdie putt for Hudson Swafford, and this to get to 18 under par. Starts this. It's on the putting surface. A little bobble, making its way to the cup. This has a chance. Nope, that missed right. Oh, boy, he thought he had made that. Looks up into the blue skies here. And that'll be another par. So he's got 2 to go. And he will be 17 under. That ball is now in the cup, off to the par 3 17th.
Yeah, that was a really good putt there. I don't know if there were any other scoreboards, but there was one there right by 16, Earl. And on top of that scoreboard was Tyler McCumber's in with a round of 66. And that's in Swafford, unless he wasn't looking around, which I would be surprised if he didn't. I mean, he'd be hard to miss that one.
Yeah, it's tough to miss that 66. And it's 17 under and done. He's got to know, and probably should know at this point. Gave that a good run from off the edge of the green. Almost knocked it down, but he's going to have to, like Mackenzie Hughes, pick up one coming in here. And Hudson Swafford's case with 2 to play. Mackenzie Hughes heading to 18. Both are going to need birdies to win it outright, and you still can make mistakes coming in as well. So McCumber in 17 under. Hughes and Swafford still on the course at 17 under. 3-way tie for the lead with 2 holes to play.
You know, normally you're in a situation like this where, you know, you're tied. You like the fact you got holes left to play. But they've got these 2 pretty challenging holes that, well, you haven't seen much happen at. It's kind of a different scenario than we're used to. But that's the beauty of this golf course and the fact that the last 3 holes are really a challenge.
Well, for Hudson Swafford, Carney, you brought it up when it happened. Look, it's tough this back 9. We knew it's tough to make birdies, and you're going to probably make a bogey or 2. The key for him, if it doesn't end up being a win, the double bogey is really what kind of started all this momentum, negative momentum for him, isn't it?
No, absolutely it is. And then particularly, and the reason I say that, because just on the previous hole, he made a similar mistake and got away with it. I don't know how you can do that. You've got it. That's got to be on your mind. And whatever you say to yourself, again, it wasn't the exact same shot, but similar. You got to hit it hard enough. You just want to make sure you give yourself a chance to save par, and he didn't.
Of these closing holes, the last 2 in particular, 18, the finishing hole, has been the best birdie opportunity, Will.
Well, you have to start off with a good tee shot, but with the wind back into the face, the players are taking a very conservative line today, and I would imagine Mackenzie Hughes is looking over the trio of bunkers across the Bay of Corrales, not the bush and area to the right of that, which would be more of a 300 carry. Hughes sends this tee ball on its way, but this is hooking hard left. He wanted to take the water certainly out of play. This one's going to land left, bounces a couple of times. That will hold, I believe, in the first cut down the left-hand side, but he missed his mark by some 40, 50 yards. That's okay. If you're going to miss, he missed left, but now he's going to have a very long second shot in. And we're talking outside of 200 yards now for the approach shot for Mackenzie Hughes here at 18, who is not going to make a mistake right.
Well, absolutely. I mean, that was what he couldn't do, but certainly a little quick on that shot. But the challenge now is, as Will said, it's going to be a lengthy shot with the wind blowing pretty hard left to right.
Your Hudson Swafford 2 to play. You need to make birdies. You have to hit a green. Bill, he's missed 4 of the last 5.
Yeah, and all of them from the fairway, which is the sad part about it all. And these are big fairways here. No fairways here at the par 3 17th. You got the tee and a little bit of fairway before you get to the green. It's playing 174 today. This tee ball is away. And that lands just left of the flag. That's a pretty golf shot. That's going to be a downhill 12-footer. He's going to have a look for birdie. Can he make it? Adam Long missed the green to the right, but Hudson Swafford has put himself in position to get a birdie here. Right now it's tied for the lead at minus 17.
That's a great golf shot, Earl. I haven't seen a ball get to the green there in quite some time at that par 3. He was able to execute that shot. What a great shot.
Awesome for him to step up and hit you're right, a great shot at 17. Not a lot of players are getting close at that tough par 3. It's a birdie try for Hudson Swafford to regain the lead late on a Sunday as we continue our PGA Tour radio coverage from the Caribbean. The season-long points race for the FedEx Cup continues. Final round of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship.
Be entitled to compensation, no matter how long ago the abuse happened. But your time to file a claim is limited. Call 1-800-625-5005. That's 1-800-625-5005 for more information. As a result of thousands of victims filing sexual today. Sponsored by Babin Law.
A three-way tie for the lead on Sunday. El Coto del Diablo. The Caribbean, what more can you ask for on a Sunday? Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship. Earl Forsey and Mark Carnival, our PGA Tour radio team. Here's what we have. Tyler McCumber, birdies 18, shoots 66. In at 17 under par. The other two co-leaders are on the course. Mackenzie Hughes is playing 18. Hudson Swafford at 17. What has been a tough par 3. He just had a great tee shot, though. He's going to have a good look at possibly a go-ahead birdie coming up. So the stage is set for some drama the final couple of holes here on a Sunday. And we usually get it, Mark Carnival, no matter where we are. And for a while, it looked like it might be an easy win for Hudson Swafford. It's not going to be that way.
No, it's never easy, Earl. You always talk about, and players talk about how hard it is sometimes when you have that lead. You get a little complacent out there. You tend to lose focus. But it's golf. And you got to just, you got 72 holes, and you got to play every one of them. And sometimes you got to go longer.
Well, no one's played the finishing 3-hole stretch as Devil's Elbow better than Mackenzie Hughes this week. He needs one more birdie himself, though, and he's at 18, Will.
Here we go. I'm willing to wager, though, Earl, that he has not had this long of a second shot into the green. After tugging his tee shot well left, afraid of any miss right and short into the Bay of Corrales, from the first cut, up shooting lie to a back right hole location, back into the breeze for Mackenzie Hughes. A birdie to 18 under would be pretty sporty, but at this point in time, find a way to protect the number. Sends this shot up into the sky. This is low. This is to the right-hand side. It's going to land short of the green and stop about 4 or 5 yards short of the putting surface. Again, this is a hole that has cut some 30-plus paces onto the back right shelf. So that is no guaranteed up and down. Not in a bad spot, but certainly not in a, I guess we would say, an easy spot for Mackenzie Hughes, just short of the green here at 18.
Yeah, he's got a tough little ridge. He's got to pitch the ball or putt the ball over, and no guaranteed up and down there.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship.
Play Hudson Swafford, Mackenzie Hughes. Tyler McCumber at 17 under par. McCumber got there with a birdie to finish it off.
We're outside of 20 feet, just past hole high left. Ready to pull the putter back. He does. Contact. Good pace. Rolling up towards the cup. Has a chance. It goes down. Tyler McCumber is in the house at 17 under.
And done at 17 under. Mackenzie Hughes, he's going to have a tough up and down to stay 17 under to finish his round. And Hudson Swafford, a birdie try coming up as he's trying to take the outright lead. Those three co-leaders, 17 under, 2 up on Nate Lashley, who is in already, 69 for him. Solo fourth at 15 under, and tough day for Adam Long, who had the lead to start the day, but 3 over on his round. 14 under par for Adam Long, and 3 shots back with just a couple to go. Kevin?
Path of the PGA Tour, the Corn Ferry Tour, final round of the Wichita Open, supporting Wichita's youth in Wichita, Kansas at Crestview Country Club. Jared Wolf, the leader at 18 under par with 4 holes to play. That's 3 shots clear of Brad Hopfinger and Taylor Pendrith, who are at 15 under par.
Hudson Swafford a moment ago hit maybe one of the best tee shots we've seen this weekend at 17. This gives him a chance to take the outright lead again, Bill.
Hudson Swafford had a 4-shot lead on this back 9. It is gone. But here at the 17th green, he has a chance to regain the lead at 18 under. 10-footer here at the par 3. Should move a little bit to his right. Gives it a tap, making it down to the cup and in, and a little fist pump And how about another fist pump? Hudson Swafford, a huge birdie at 17. 1 to go. He's 18 under.
Well, no doubt. I mean, what a putt there. What a time to hit the shot. You had to hit the shot there in order to be able to have that putt for a chance to make birdie. It's, oh, golf is so tough, Earl, but, he just kind of buckled it up right there and executed 2 really good shots and now has to execute, at least 4 more here in order to win the title. But, it's pretty evident now he's probably going to gain those 105 points. But hopefully he's not thinking about that. He wants to win this golf tournament. Interesting enough, the driving range of the practice area is quite a ways away from the clubhouse. Tyler McCumber, who's in at 17 under, is hitting balls down the first hole. So he's able to loosen up and stay warm. Not that he needs to stay warm because it's been pretty warm here, but hit some balls and sort of get some rhythm going to get back out there if there's a playoff.
And Hudson Swafford trying to prevent that now. All he needs is a par at 18, perhaps. We'll see. Mackenzie Hughes could knock his in from off the front of the green. But, for now, for Mackenzie Hughes, 1 back, maybe not the easiest of up and downs to make a par there to stay 17 under. So, and that was with a tee shot. You can't miss right. The bay is there. There's a lot of wind. And that was just with an innocent miss left and a long second shot. And he's got trouble, so this is a key tee shot for Swafford down front by 1 again.
They want to keep this a little left. He's hitting a little cut over those bunkers. And this one looks like it should be perfect, and it is. Into the fairway. Job 1 done here for Hudson Swafford here at the 18th.
Up ahead to that green, Will Haskett.
Hole at 18 is cut 28 paces on the back right portion of the green. Mackenzie Hughes, another 2 paces off the front edge of the green, has 60 feet for birdie using putter from the closely mown area. Has to bring this way out to the right-hand side. I'm a little surprised he's gone with putter here because of how much farther right he has to play it because of the influence to the slope. Big takeaway. Now onto the green, he sends the birdie effort. Comes over a ridge. This has a lot of pace, a lot of heat on it, working up to the cup. Misses on the left-hand side, then keeps on sailing by. 7, 8, maybe 9 feet past for Mackenzie Hughes, who was unaware of what had happened behind him and was thinking make to try and get to 18 under par. Now has to really grind to stay at 17.
Well, I'm sure that, again, he's trying to make that, as Will said, whether or not he was 1 back or not, because he's trying to win a golf tournament. And it's easy to say with his finish at the inside the top 30 and FedEx Cup points from last season. I mean, he's going to be fine. He's got his schedule planned out, but he's trying to win another golf tournament. He's got one. He wanted to win another one, and I think that's exactly why he ran that by the hole, because he wanted to make it.
Yeah, and just another example though, Carney, here in the back 9, you miss a green and it's no automatic par. And now he absolutely has to have this. It still may not be enough, but to have any hopes, his par saver is going to have to go down for Mackenzie Hughes, who went with putter there, and that's part of it too. I mean, a lot of these players have been avoiding some of these chips and using putter with the tough up and downs here late in the day.
And it's not so much missing the greens, or where you miss them, though. That's the key, because there are opportunities. I mean, Mackenzie Hughes, if he was left to the green here, it wouldn't be that difficult a shot. But because he left it short of the green, it became a little more difficult. So, you want to put it on the green, but it's also, again, where you miss. Where can I play from if I don't hit this shot correctly?
Hudson Swafford, I mentioned as he started moving in front how well he had played on the back 9 this week. First 2 rounds in particular. Had 5 birdies in his opening round of the back 9, 2 in the second round. So 7 total birdies on the back 9. Had been clean until the trouble he had at 13 and 15. But what a time to come up with the first birdie of the weekend on the back 9. That clutch birdie at 17 that puts him in front now with everybody at the 18th hole, Will.
Yeah, now obviously a must-make and a hope situation for Mackenzie Hughes. He knew that 17 under was leading in the clubhouse. He has looked back while Shinjun Zhang wrapped up a disappointing round of 74 on the green here at 18, and had seen the 18 under posted for Hudson Swafford. So you can't win this golf tournament unless you match the number of the man who's already in at that 17 under par score, and knows he's probably going to need a big hiccup from Swafford behind him. But has grinded as he has over many putts today on this putt that is it's probably outside of 7 feet for Mackenzie Hughes. Is downhill, On the back right portion of the green, it should move from his left to right.
But overall, it'll still be an excellent week here at Corrales Golf Course. Long from the second cut of the right rough, the thicker rough. It looks like he's aimed right to the center of the green with that back right hole location today. Launches this high into the air, now leaning towards his left as he stands up straight, and he's hit a good shot here. That is going to bound up to hole high right inside of 10 feet. Adam Long, good look for a closing birdie.
Yeah, really good shot. And again, he can be aggressive there. Again, I would be shocked if Hudson Swafford was that aggressive. I think it's going to be left of the flag, let the wind blow it over to the right. But he's got a great angle here, Bill.
Yeah, he does, and the wind blowing hard from his left. Contact made, back right hole location. Our leader by one. And that's just on the very front of the green. All right, well, he's left himself a good 45 to 50 feet. So he's got a two-putt from there, and I have to take it up a pretty good slope. So we'll see if he can negotiate these last two shots. Geez, what won this tournament the last 2 years? 18 under.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that shot. Obviously, adrenaline's going. You got to factor all those things in, Earl. But that is not the. We just saw Mackenzie Hughes.
Yeah.
Was a little bit further away, but similar line. Not the easiest of two putts, but again, you got to factor adrenaline in, and maybe he thought a little too much onto that one.
Thought maybe there'd be some more jump, and there wasn't. And yeah, because you have to come like Mackenzie Hughes did from the front edge. He used putter, but you got to race it up the slope and then have enough speed to get up the slope. And the tendency is, if it misses, it's going to slide by, and that's a ticklish putt above the hole. So what you'd like to do here, I guess, Carney, is speed is critical here. Leave yourself a much more makeable. If you leave it short, leave it below the hole, give yourself a little bit better run at it for par in the win, unless you can knock this down. But this is not an easy place to be, even though it's on the green.
No, it's not a difficult putt to read as far as where it breaks. It's going to break from his right to left. But again, factoring all the situations in, knowing, hey, all I need is a two putt, to win this golf tournament. It's hard. And again, I think he probably felt there was a little more adrenaline. He was probably a half a club off there. You would have, wanted to put it middle of the green, and that leaves you a somewhat of a flat putt. But again, he's going to have to be, pay attention to this one for sure.
Yeah, he's made his way to the green, walking up that slope, looking at a spot, trying to get it in and two. Two-putt wins it for him, and he has not had a three-putt this week. So there's your stage set right there. Birdie at 17. Just do what you've been doing all week. Two-putt, walk away with a par, and what for him would be a win when he's had two starts left coming into the week on a major medical. That's taken care of, basically, at this point. No matter where he finishes, what happens, it's either going to be a win or a playoff, it looks like, for him. So all that's done now. You get back in the win column, though, for nearly 3 years for an exemption on the PGA Tour, and 500 FedEx Cup points would put him number 2, 3 events into this super season, Bill.
And he's just taking a long look, along with his caddy, Kyle Bradley. They have been fighting this here. Carney, what do you think of this putt? Got to take it up that slope, so you have to be pretty aggressive, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to pick your line, trust your stroke. I mean, he's putted pretty well all week long. You just got to trust yourself.
All right, so a little twirl the putter as he walks in here. 2 putts to win here in the Dominican Republic. Beautiful setting with the Caribbean off the coast as we look at this green from just front left. Here's the birdie try up the slope. Boy, he didn't hit that enough. That's got to keep crawling. As soon as he hit it, he knew he didn't make it and get it within that 3 or 4 foot range. And that's outside 5, maybe 6 feet. So he's got some work left to win this golf tournament in regulation.
Well, that's what happens when you start feeling the pressure, Earl. Without question, your hands get a little tight. The stroke gets shorter, and again, that's why leaving himself that putt was such. That was such a bad place to be, because you want to be able to go ahead and stroke that putt, and just all those factors of trying to win a golf tournament. It's hard.
Yeah, and it bobbled. I mean, that ball hopped right away. And going up the slope, you knew it was going to be short. The question is how short. And it's pretty short.
Yeah.
He's going to have to work hard to avoid. I mean, it comes down to these things. I don't know, maybe it's the jinx, the announcer jinx. I don't know, but you look at numbers, and he hasn't had a 3-putt yet this week. This could be one, and if it happens here, we're going to a playoff with Swafford and McCumber. If it goes down, Hudson Swafford's a winner.
I've been around you long enough, Earl, to know that there's no such thing as announcer's jinx. We say it.
Having me around, Carney, is the jinx. It has nothing to do with what I say. Believe me. But it's come down to the wire, and it didn't look like that for a while. Hudson Swafford, brilliant front nine, and this golf course was getting tougher and tougher. The back nine we knew was going to be difficult, and he's still got a lot of work to win this tournament at 18, Kevin.
Well, Adam Long lining up a 7-footer for birdie. This the chance to get to a tie for 4th or remain solo 5th. There are some FedEx Cup points on the line. He'll make over 100 FedEx Cup points, though, with his showing this week. Long at 14 under, get 3 over on the day. He'll putt through his shadow, right to left putt, strokes it to the hole, left it outside right. So he will stay in that 5th position, Adam Long, as he'll walk around to clean up and clear the deck for Hudson Swafford in that putt to win.
Yeah, he's projected to move to 9th in FedEx Cup points, so not a lot of change on that putt, but certainly a disappointing day for Adam Long. Just couldn't make anything. And you have days like that, disappointing as a player, but again, you try to take something away from today, and, top 5 finish, that's not a bad thing to take away.
So, Carney, this putt below the hole for Swafford, tougher, easier, the same that Mackenzie Hughes had from above the cup that he missed?
I think easier because you can go ahead and hit it. And Earl, I think this is closer to 7 feet.
Yeah.
It's certainly outside 6 feet. I mean, Hudson's a pretty tall guy, and I feel pretty confident he can lay down in between that coin and that hole and is not going to get there.
So, you're talking about, you get to 8 feet, and that statistically is 50-50 range on the PGA Tour for even these good pros. So just inside of that, maybe around 7, but it is for the win, Bill.
And here we go, behind the golf ball, studying the line. This for par to finish at 18 under and pick up his 2nd win on the tour. Putter blade behind the ball, Hudson Swafford. Steady, back, through, makes its way to the cup, and in! And he won it in a fist bump. Hudson Swafford has won the 2020 Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship. He gets 500 FedEx Cup points, moves him to 2nd in the early standings. It's his 2nd PGA Tour victory. He almost gave this away down the stretch, had a 4-shot lead on the back 9, but picked up a big birdie at 17, took the lead by 1, 2-putted from long range. How about Hudson Swafford? The Georgia Bulldog is a winner again on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, pretty special there when you think about what happened in the middle of that back 9, Earl, and the struggles he had with the short game and not making putts. Those are 2 really big putts. And that putt was closer to 7 feet. And, of course, he made the one at 17. So, well done. Gets the win. Obviously, as he said, you play good golf, it takes care of all that situation with the medical extension. He did that. And congratulations to Hudson. And what a way to finish.
And I think, in the back 9, I guess it was 16 when he kind of had the scoreboard right behind him and he saw Tyler had gotten in at 17 under. He's a co-leader. You kind of know what you need to do at that point, Carney. And he stepped up the very next hole at 17, hit one of the best shots we've seen all day, all weekend, really, and made the birdie, and that ended up being the winning birdie for him at 17.
And how about Tyler McCumber now moving to 5th in the FedEx Cup points? He collects 300 FedEx Cup points this week. I know, obviously, he wanted a chance to win a tournament. He will have chances to win the golf tournament. His dad, Mark, who we work with, has got to be really pleased. Yeah, he wanted a chance. But what a way for him to finish. And when no one seemed to be doing anything, he stepped up to the plate and he knocked it out of the park. Just came up 1 short, but congratulations to him as well.
Yeah, did everything he could do to win. Swafford just beat him with that birdie, but Tyler McCumber, a great week standing by with Will Haskett.
It is a great week, Earl and Tyler. Big smile on your face, 1 shy, but what a fight down the stretch. I mean, just walk me through that back 9 and the putts and 18 and everything. I mean, what a finish for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a good week. I was just really trying to stay in the moment there on the back nine. I knew if I chipped away with the amount of wind that was blowing, especially with the finishing holes being into, any shots sort of are stolen down the stretch there if you make a birdie. So, I felt like I stayed really patient and played pretty solid all day, especially that back nine.
The solid swings you put on it all the way down the stretch. What do you take from a performance like that moving forward? Your best finish on the PGA Tour, but obviously the confidence of being in that moment, because you were joking when you got up here, sitting there watching a guy trying to make a putt while you're sitting there wondering if you're going to be a playoff is a new position for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely just take the momentum, move on to the next week for sure. But, all the stuff I was working on, I feel like I did pretty well this week, staying patient, staying focused. And so a lot of positives out of this week, obviously. And hats off to him for a clutch finish, 2 birdie in 17 and 2 putting from where he did on 18 is really good.
All right, 300 FedEx Cup points for a solo second-place finish. You know how valuable that is given what this last season was going to look like for you. You're given this sort of fresh life with this big season. This really sets you up to be in a good position the rest of the way. What does this do for you in this long season so early?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you take confidence out of it. I keep using that word momentum. I don't know why I like it so much, but, any good finishes out here, try to roll with them and keep it going.
Awesome. Great stuff this week. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you could hear the excitement there, and obviously Tyler's kind of a laid-back guy, but you can feel that, and you feel good for the young man, and disappointed for a lot of other players that had a chance, but look, he stepped up to the plate, and that's pretty special, and it takes a tough player to be able to do that, because a lot of times so many guys are worried about where they're going to finish, and Tyler looked like he was a guy trying to go out and win a golf tournament.
And Tyler made 23 birdies or better this week, which moves him also up the RSM Birdies for Love leaderboard, which the PGA Tour announced its return during the 11 fall events this season. The program will donate $950,000 to charitable organizations. Top 3 finishers with birdies or better through those first 11 events will earn $300,000, $150,000, and $50,000 respectively for a qualified charity of their choice. A great program. Here's the leaderboard as it stands after today's event here in Punta Cana. Sam Burns is the leader with 442.
Second year in a row, Mackenzie Hughes has had a great chance to win at the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship. Just came up short at 16 under for the week, solo 30. Also spoke to Will Haskett.
Mackenzie, I know it wasn't the result that you wanted, and there were a couple of holes out there you'd love to have back, but I admire the fight today to give yourself a chance, especially on the back nine.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. I was really sloppy around the greens today, and I wasn't capitalizing where I should have been around the greens, and as a result, I'll come up a couple short.
I know you don't look for validation out here in results, but you talked about what last week did when you were sort of questioning things. This week, I think, just puts it back into perspective how well you actually are playing. I know the disappointment from today stings, but you can carry a lot forward from this, can't you?
Yeah, for sure. It's just, when you're fresh off finishing like that, it'll take me a while to kind of compartmentalize all the positive stuff. I know it's still a good week. It's just been close a lot in the last little while, and when you get close to winning a tournament, there's a big difference between a top 5 and a win, and so I'll keep looking, trying to get a little better. A lot of positive this week.
It's coming soon. Thanks for taking the time.
All right, thanks, bud.
It's tough. He had a great week, but again, you're trying to win, and I know some of the people listening, but it's like disappointed. Well, he's disappointed because he wants to win. Anyone that's out here wants to win golf tournaments, and you can reflect on things, a week from now or tomorrow, and just the moment of what he just went through and trying to win. It's hard, and you have to, feel for a guy that worked real hard, and it didn't happen. But it doesn't happen for 143 other guys each week. So, yeah, pretty special and a good week for Mackenzie Hughes.
Our broadcast team proud to don quality products from the following valued partners of PGA Tour Radio: apparel provided by Cutter and Buck, and PGA Tour apparel, hats from Imperial Headwear, umbrellas provided by Gustbuster, and outerwear from FootJoy. If you didn't have access to a TV or simulcast today, you can still catch a re-air of today's final round telecast tonight, starting at 7 p.m. and 10 o'clock in the East. And again, tomorrow, 3 p.m. and 8 o'clock and midnight Eastern on golf. You can catch a re-air of our broadcast beginning tonight, 8 p.m. in the East on Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio. The coordinating producer of our play-by-play coverage is Alan Trexler. Producer is Kelly Clemens. Our associate producer is Valerie Seward. The engineer, Jaime Colon. The executive producer, programming and satellite radio for the PGA Tour is Dave Loeb. For our PGA Tour radio team, I'm Earl Forsey. Hudson Swafford's second career win at the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship.
This broadcast and all associated rights, including copyright, are owned exclusively by the PGA Tour and may not be used in whole or in part without the prior written permission of the PGA Tour.
Imagine a one-stop service for worldwide golf vacations. Golf Breaks by PGA Tour will be your own personal golf travel specialist. They'll organize your travel and save you money at some of the most scenic and iconic golf courses on the PGA Tour and beyond. You now have the opportunity to play where the pros play and experience a golf trip of a lifetime. Golf Breaks by PGA Tour. Golf travel made easy since 1998. Book your trip today at golfbreaks.com.
If you missed the latest tournament broadcast on PGA Tour Radio, you're in luck.
Left to right breaker, dead, solid, perfect.
PGA Tour Replay, the post-round show with exclusive highlights and interviews from the coverage, is available as a podcast. Just log on to pgatour.com/podcasts.
Cheese and crackers, this thing is getting interesting all of a sudden.
You can listen or download the podcasts there or access them via iTunes, TuneIn, and Stitcher. Just visit pgatour.com/podcasts.
Hi there, Sir Nick here. We all love comfortable and good-looking golf shoes, but what if changing your brand actually helped your golf game?
I put the squares on. I gained 5 miles an hour club head speed with my driver. My handicap's down to a 14 from 18 and a half. What I noticed with the squares, they were comfortable. I immediately felt more stability.
These shoes are designed with the latest performance technology and engineered to give you increased balance and stability. And in testing, they're proven to help you add distance. You'll hit it squarer, sweeter, straighter, and longer. I love the look of them, and with the extra width, they're the most comfortable golf shoes I've ever worn. To feel good and play my best, I wear squares. Now you can wear them too. Just go to squares.com right now to find out more.
Go to SQAIRZ.com and use code SXM for $20 off.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and worn out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told in a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment, or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-897-4400. 800-897-4400. 800-897-4400.
SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio is the only place you can have conversations with golf's major champions. Greg Norman, Ben Crenshaw, Craig Stadler.
What kind of a golfer was he? Bob Hope was, as you know, was not very